Hey guys, Tim Coe here, Method to Madness Films. Today we're talking with someone who needs very little introduction with some of our fans, Kevin Porter, also known as Laser in Dodgeball, or Michael the Archangel in his new series, The Watcher, and also a handful of productions done by Bat in the Sun. He's been Batman, he's been M. Bison from Street Fighter. Kevin's roles are awesome, they've been fun to watch, and we are so excited to have him on board with The Girl in the Mask. Kevin,
yes,
how have you been?
Great. Thanks so much for reaching out and having me on. I'm excited. I'm excited to talk to you about the great things that we have coming up.
Yes. What do you have coming up?
Okay. Aside from this wonderful film or the series that I'm shooting up in Chicago, I'm in the middle of shooting a Western that starts production next week in Arizona. I was just up in Washington shooting a suspense thriller up there. It's just busy. It's crazy. It's been a really, really busy year already, and we're only 42 days in.
I mean, you can't ask for more. That's great.
Yes.
So good, keeping busy, and we're rolling with this Girl in the Mask story. Tell me, what do you remember? Like, I could tell the story, but I want you to tell the story. How did you get involved with this project?
I get approached often. I'm very blessed to be in a situation to where people appreciate the work, and it takes a lot for me to find time for the smaller projects. So I'm very selective with my time in that regard and attention. And you reached out, and the first thing that I noticed about you was your professionalism, your passion, your likability, and your good content. And so I'm like, okay, well, I don't know if I'm going to work with him, but I really like him, and so I enjoyed talking to you. And then it just things started to evolve from there, and schedules started to open up, and I started to connect with the material a little more. And every step along the way, you proved to me that you and your entire production team was very professional, very respectful, and that I knew that it was a company that I wanted to work with. And then it's just funny that if you keep nudging and leaning in the right direction, then you'll finally reach your destination. And we took a huge step in that destination coming up, I guess, coming up on a year ago.
I know, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. So we did some production in May last year, and man, it was a blast. We had so much fun. It was 3 or 4 days of getting things together and just planning, and then shooting stuff. Tell me, what were some of your first impressions with the script and the story?
My first impression that it was well written. It wasn't the typical story or script that I'm normally pitched, and I really appreciated that. And I said, okay, these are characters. These are 3-4 dimensional characters that I enjoy. A lot of times as an actor, you read your lines and then you read the other stuff. You're concentrating on your lines, but with your script, I was as interested in what the other characters had to say as what my character was saying. What another step in the right direction was when we did the table read, when we did it over Zoom, and just your quality of actors. I'm like, wow, you're assembling a really good group of people, and you guys were prepared. And I have to include you in that. You knocked it out of the park. I'm like, well, damn. All right. Tim's an actor as well. That really got my attention at that point. Reading the script and then seeing how you guys handled the dialogue was great.
Thank you. Including you in this project. First of all, when we started writing this project and putting it together, I never dreamed that we'd be actually working together with you. You were you were always our top pick for this particular character. It's just connections and good people that brought us together. And I think, when good people bring good people together, good things happen. And I'm so thankful to you and to everyone else that kind of, made this relationship work.
Working in this industry, there's nothing that's more heartbreaking than coming across material that you really enjoy. You kind of get your heart set on it and you're looking forward to it. And then it just doesn't happen. And that happens more times than you would think. And so to eliminate that, especially on lower budgets, if I'm approached and I do connect with the material, I say, okay, well, let's lock it down. Meaning, let's get the contract signed and let's take it to the next step. And normally that scares people off because, like, oh, okay, commitment now. But I remember with you and your brother, you said fine. And I remember I was down in Jacksonville and I was out to dinner, and we're having barbecue. And then I got a notification on my phone and I saw that you guys locked it in. And I went, wow, okay, these guys are for real. And that got my respect from that point on. And I think I probably spoke to you the next day and I said, I'm yours 100% because because of your commitment, I will give you my full commitment. And I respect that.
We're committed to this project. We're committed to our actors because, we wrote a story, but it's really you guys that's going to really bring it to life and give it the tangible, aspect of things. And that's, couldn't do it without good people involved. So tell me about this Bruce Wayne, this version of Bruce Wayne Batman. What's different? One
thing that I enjoyed is you're showing Bruce Wayne at his most affluent self. You're showing Bruce Wayne as the mentor, as the billionaire, and with all of the bells and the whistles, with all of the toys, and as this figure of authority. But he's a little more cavalier, which I enjoy. And I caught that immediately. I caught the writing, and I said, "Oh, okay, good." It's he's not just Batman without a mask. He is a true, different persona that than Batman, and I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed the limo, enjoyed the tuxedos, I enjoyed the big press conference. Loved all of that. Oh my gosh. I was reading that and I was eating that up with a spoon. I thought it was incredible.
It was fun to shoot too. I mean, we've already shot a couple of scenes with Bruce, and his alter ego, and can't wait to shoot more. That's so preparing for the role. Obviously, fans know that you've done some Batman before, but was preparing for this part any different?
I have a standard way that my process is it's very similar. First of all, I okay, I'm gonna be a man. I think maybe my hair is longer and I had a beard, and I shaved that, and that's all the physical things. That's the easy stuff. That's why I start from the inside out. And when you prepare for Batman as opposed to Bruce Wayne, you can't completely separate the two, but there is a little bit of bleed over. And so my Bruce Wayne characterization is probably a quarter of the way from mine to Batman. So my voice is right around here. And so, we've got to get the black mask. We know that he's out there. We know that he's up to something evil. But then when you go Batman, it's much further down there.
Yeah.
But Kevin's up here. Kevin sounds like Kermit the Frog.
Yeah.
And those are just the tools. But then when it comes to the darkness of it, Batman's easier than Bruce Wayne because Batman, you're going full bore darkness. You find something within yourself, and we all have it, and it's different with each of us. And you access that, and you let it come out. With Batman, it's easy because not only do you have the mask, you got the metaphorical mask, and you're hiding behind it. But with Bruce Wayne, it's a little more difficult because you have to let it out just a little bit. With the preparation for each, I find Batman a lot easier to play than Bruce Wayne.
Sure. There's already a character to settle into in a sense, right? Whereas Bruce Wayne's a little more. Yeah, there's a little more to play with.
There's restraint with Bruce Wayne.
Mm-hmm. So tell me about working with the rest of the cast and crew, meeting everyone, and what was that like?
The first thing that I noticed when I landed is, first of all, I was not feeling well. I had a really bad cold. I'd just shot the week prior. I just had a cold, and it was brutal. And so I landed, and the production team met me at the lobby of the hotel and brought me a big bag of goodies. By goodies, just Tylenol PM, aspirin, all kinds of amazing things to get me back up on my feet.
And what they did is that boosted my spirits. So I said, okay, this is a team of people that they care about me. They care. And they said, here you go. You got all day off. Just relax. If there's anything you need, we're going to send you over some soup. And I just thought that was wonderful. And again, it let me know that I'm believing in the right people. I'm believing in the people that care about the production. And moreover, they care about the people that are in the production. And so I got a good night's sleep. I woke up the next day and went into the studio. And one thing that I noticed about everyone there is everyone was positive. Everyone was smiling. Everyone really enjoyed what they were doing. It's a job, but they treated it as more than a job. And it was a passion. And I felt as if I was a part of something really good, really good. And I knew that I was going to enjoy the day. I knew I was going to enjoy every moment there. The cast was very prepared. And you never know. You don't know who you're going to be opposite of. And I think people maybe are curious about me whenever they show up. I show up prepared 100%. And that's mentally prepared. That's physically prepared. That's knowing my dialogue, but also knowing that I'm going to go with the flow. I'm going to ride the moment. And so the dialogue and the written word be damned. I'm going to live in that moment. And that's what I was allowed to do. And I think the first scene that we shot was in the limo, and that was wonderful. And I had such a great scene partner, and I just felt very paternal in those moments. And it was a really good, safe pocket for me to be in.
Tell me about working with our star Adriana. How was that? You got to shoot the limo with her, and
yeah, they was up on the roof too, as my alter ego.
That's right. That's right.
Adriana was incredible. She was just super, super kind, super prepared. She has this wisdom and this talent beyond her years. And I see her, and I see what appears to be just this younger, amazing actress. But then when it starts, I see the intensity and I see the focus. And she was a joy, and she kept me on my toes. And she allowed me to lead when I needed to lead. And then also, the times between the takes in the limousine, just the conversations that we had, and it was all character based and building not for that scene and not just for the episode, but also for the series that's coming. And she was just a joy to work with. Can't wait to do more scenes with her.
I mean, we've sort of been talking about it all the way through anyway, but were there any particular moments throughout production or some funny anecdotal things that you want to share?
One thing I talked about was me being under the weather, and which is fine, and I can fake it and I could power through it. But one thing that I couldn't power through was my voice. And I had, I guess, maybe a case of laryngitis. And I was just talking like this, and it's fine for Batman, I guess. You could take it and you could turn it down. But I was doing this huge speech, huge press conference, and it's in front of thousands of people. And I've got all of the Gotham City's elite, Vicky Vale behind me. You had Commissioner Gordon, Bullock. It was just great. It was incredible. And it was a wonderful moment. I'm in my suit, and I've got my teleprompters, and I'm just pounding my fists. And take to take, it was a struggle. And it was something that I'd never had happen. I've never had my tools fail me. And I felt as if my tools were failing me at that point. And then Tim, the director, he would come up and he would say, okay, you're doing great, blah, blah. And he would give wonderful notes. Tim is an incredible director because he lets you be and he lets you explore. But if there's certain things that you have to hit, he'll say, okay, that was great. Now, if you can just hit this point, because this is really important, because this comes into play later. I'm like, okay, gotcha, great. But the flexibility that he gave, and he's also very protective. And it was weird being Batman or Bruce Wayne and having somebody come up and protect you. But I was in bad shape. I really, really was. And it's terrible when you're up there and you're just giving it, and you look over it, and all of Gotham City's finest, they're looking at you with sadness and like, are you okay? And I'm like, yes, yes, I'm fine. You don't have to worry about it. I watched it back, and it looks fine. It sounds great and everything. But the struggles that I was going through, to me, was relationship building and bonding, because the production team came through and protected me. And that's something that I've never experienced. I've never in my life been that under the weather and on set before. And it turned into a positive because it made me respect everyone even so much more than I did when I landed.
So one of the things that happened there too is your co-star Von Zell for our Mayor Roth also got sick. He got sick that day and he couldn't come to production. So when you come back, we're going to be able to reshoot some things and have him present in that whole scene as well. So I'm excited about that. Things are going to look, I think, better.
I think everything happens for a reason. And as positive of an experience as that was, I think when I come back to reshoot certain things, it'll be even better. I'll be even more familiar with the material. Our relationships are stronger since then. And also you'll have all of your cast members there that were required.
Is there anything you want our fans to know or hear before we go?
What I want the fans to know and to look forward to is you've got a group of filmmakers that are doing something that they believe in. And they're not taking no for an answer. They're making sacrifices. Tim and his team have made so many sacrifices that it truly makes me fight even harder. It makes me work past my illness. It makes me more than happy to volunteer my time to fly back to Chicago, to be up there for them. And that shows on screen. And it's not just a bunch of great people and that are enjoying their time together and working hard. They've got a good eye. They've got talent. They've got great composition. They've got great actors. They've got a great script, and they're doing something that's very special. I've done Batman for, gosh, this is crazy, 25 years.
Wow.
If that's possible. And this is in a way that I've never seen him interpreted before. So I'm super excited about that. And more Bruce Wayne, the better. I love that character. And I haven't played Bruce Wayne as much as I would like to. So I'm really looking forward to doing Bruce Wayne in the series.
Kevin, thank you so much for talking to us today. We couldn't be happier to have you as our Bruce Wayne Batman. And we are looking forward to working more with you, getting you back in the suit, and shooting some more awesome footage for Girl in the Mask. Guys, if you haven't checked it out yet, Kevin Porter has a brand new Patreon, and it's awesome. This is where you can get exclusive content, behind the scenes stuff on Girl in the Mask and other projects that Kevin's working on. He's got a blog up there. You can even correspond with Kevin directly. I'm a member. I love it. Just hit the link in the description below and sign up. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button, hit that little bell so you get notified and you don't miss anything. Check out our link tree in the description below. That'll take you to all of our other socials, and we've got some really cool stuff coming up. We've got some giveaways. And if you want a way to help us right now, you can sign up on our Ko-fi page. That's also in the description below. That's where you can contribute directly to our production and be a part of The Girl in the Mask, as well as future projects. You'll get access to exclusive content and Girl in the Mask and Method to Madness merch. Guys, thanks again for being a part of this journey. We really can't do it without you. This has to be made, and this is gonna happen, and you guys are the warriors that will get Girl in the Mask made. Thanks again from all of us at M2M. We'll see you next time.